Hi, welcome to LivingWell. I'm Nancy Zawicki. I'm a dietitian with Northwestern Medicine. And today we're doing our quick bites. We're doing international. So today we're featuring Greece. So Greek people are very proud of their country and their heritage. And things that you can do in Greece is you could do hiking because it's very mountainous. You can spend time on the beach, and you can go to Santorini and also go to Athens and see the Acropolis. But we're going to feature some food today. And one other thing about the Greek culture is they're very superstitious, even though they have strong Roman Catholic beliefs. So some of the superstitions, like if I were to put down my scissors and I left them open, their thoughts would be you're leaving yourself open for people to talk about you. Or they also carry these eye charms, evil eye charms. They either wear them or they keep them in their pocket to ward off misfortune. And if you're not sure if you have good fortune, there's a test. You can take a glass of water and drop oil into it. And if it floats, it means you have good fortune. So yay, mine floats. But if it sunk, they tell you then you have to go see a Greek mama, and she'll talk you through things. And once you start yawning, that means that the evil spirit has gone out of you. So very interesting. And there's one other thing. If you have tingly or itchy palms, if your right hand has an itchy palm, it means you're going to receive money. You're going to have good fortune. But if your left hand is tingly, it means you're going to be giving money away. So anyhow, it's kind of cute, all their little superstitions. So today we're going to do, it's called Spantocada. It's a phyllo dough, which is unleavened. It's just made of flour, cornstarch, and water, and it's an unleavened dough, and it comes in very, very thin layers. So when you purchase it in the store, you're going to find it in the freezer section. And in Greece itself, there's markets that sell their own phyllo dough, and you go from there. So I've not worked with it too much before, so you unroll it, and it's very paper thin. So you put one layer down, and then you brush it with olive oil. You put another layer down, you brush it with olive oil. So it ends up being like a crispy, higher fat kind of a dough. You don't eat it that often. It's more of like a traditional food, like for celebration. It's a spinach cheese pie. So what you do to start off with, it's about 6 onions that you chop up. I use yellow onions. When you cook with onions, the yellow ones are good to cook with. When you want to put something into a cold food, like say you're having a burger with a slice of onion, you use the white onion. Or today we're making a salad, we use the red onion. But the yellow onion is good for cooking. So after you saute these onions for probably 5 minutes, they get a little bit brown. You then add brown rice. And you don't cook it first. You just throw, it was probably about a 3/4 cup into this with olive oil and just let it toast. It's going to cook somewhat in the finished product, but it's going to give a little extra texture to it. And then you take several cups of fresh spinach and you start stirring it in. So this was a whole big bag of spinach, and look how it's just reduced down to, just wilted lettuce. So that's where you get the spinach pie part. And then we're going to add some herbs. We have fresh dill that we're going to add, which smells so wonderful when you're cutting it. That's the benefit of all these nice culinary herbs. And then we also have Italian leaf parsley. Put that in. So a lot of greens. I'm just going to work it in. And then we're going to add scallions cut up. So these are your scallions. They're also called just green onions. We just slice them. And we'll mix that all together. So there's no meat in this. It's just spinach, onion, and then we're going to add feta cheese, which is a big staple in Greece, the feta cheese. So we'll add that. And then the filling is ready. We did add a little black pepper and oregano as well. All right, so now this bottom layer is ready. So it's probably about 10 or 12 sheets individually placed in here, and then put the oil onto it. I'm just going to add all of this filling. See if I can do it okay. Let's see. And you're supposed to cook it enough where the moisture comes out of it. You don't want it real wet. There we go. It's a pretty loaded filling. All right. I'm going to press it down. And now we're going to do the rest of the sheets. I won't do all of them. And then you pop it in the oven for about 40 minutes. And then it gets this nice crusty top. So let me just move this a bit. All right, so it's very, very delicate. So I'm going to take this out. So you buy it frozen, and then you can either put it the night before into your refrigerator and let it thaw, or I just took it out of the freezer today and just let it sit out a bit, and it thaws pretty quickly. So it does come with this plastic wrap, so it makes it a little easier to keep the layers together. So you're going to take each thin layer, and you want to be very careful with it. So here is a layer. And it dries out really quick, so if you're not fast with this, you may have to put a wet paper towel on it. So you just tuck it in, one thin layer, and then you're going to brush it with olive oil. I thought I would use my spritzer for it, but it really helps. Oops, see, I kind of tore it. I have to be a little more gentle. You want it to get that nice crispy, flaky crust on it. So you need to just liberally add the olive oil. You know, we're always trying to make it a little extra healthy. The thing about the Greek diet, though, it's one of the healthiest diets in the world. And it's representative of the Mediterranean lifestyle. So they don't call it a diet, they call it a way of eating. And we're always promoting this here at the LivingWell. It's high fiber, it's promoting whole grains, a lot of vegetables and fruit, olive oil, poultry, fish, and red meat once in a while, not a steady diet of it. Lentils. The big thing is that sweets in Greece are only for special occasions, and very little processed food that they eat. It's more, every meal has a vegetable. Their snacks are made up of yogurt, nuts, dried fruit or fresh fruit. And then they always have coffee in the morning, a cup of coffee like we do. And they just eat like in moderation. They're not trying to eat to fullness. And 3 meals a day and with a snack or 2 in between. And their lifestyle, it is mountainous, so they're getting a lot of exercise, which helps them maintain a healthy weight. That's their goal. And then also with their culture and their art and all the museums and all, it helps them promote a healthy mind, body, and spirit. So that's the lifestyle part where you want to take time for yourself, get sleep, try to minimize stress, and eat healthy. And that's our goal here as well. So I'm going to stop with this. We'll put it in the oven, and this is what the finished product will look like. So it's very flaky, and it's like a spinach pie. It's like spinach, onion, and cheese, but you get all this flakiness here. And you can serve it as an appetizer into little, wedges, or you can make individual ones in a muffin pan, or you can have it as a meal. So the next thing we're going to make is, it's called horiatiki salad. It's called their Greek salad. Very simply put together. It's just sliced tomatoes, and you'll notice, like they said, to just cut the red onion, big pieces. You're creating mouthfeel, different textures. So first it was just a little olive oil, some black pepper and oregano, and you let it sit for a bit, and a little bit of salt. The salt helps pull some of the juices out of the tomato, make it a little juicier salad. So there is juice in here. And then you let it sit for about a half hour to 2 hours. Then you add the cucumber. Cucumber is very big in Greece. They make that tzatziki sauce with the yogurt and cucumber, which they use for their gyros, or even a side with the skewered meats. So it's a very healthy, low-fat sauce. And now we're going to add green pepper. So fresh green pepper, coarsely cut once again. And I think I'm going to add some red wine vinegar. I just feel like it needs a little zip to it. And there's nothing wrong with adding something else to your recipe so it's fine. And then the black olives, they just said to keep them whole. So another form of texture. And olives are huge in Greece. It's a big part of their industry. So the other thing, well, I learned this in Italy, but olives, to fill a whole bottle of olive oil, it takes 1 tree of olives to do that. And you only have 24 hours from picking them to processing them into olive oil. So a lot of times, if they don't have that luxury of time, they'll freeze olives because some countries aren't as big a producer, so they need to import olives from other countries to keep their olive oil supply going. So, you know, you find a lot of olive oils in Greece. And then the feta cheese, once again. So you're seeing a little trend here. They use a lot of feta cheese. And look at everything's fresh, nothing's processed. It's a beautiful side salad. And they just, it's like their staple. It's called their Greek salad. So a couple other things to note. Greek marble is the stone that shaped the world. That's what they phrase it. And it's used for Greek art and architecture. Sculptors use it like as their blank palette, you know, and then they can create. So my daughter did a study abroad in Greece a few years ago, and she brought back some little pieces of white marble. So it's a very beautiful, natural stone. This is a bigger chunk, so it does sometimes have some other colors to it. It's very pretty. And then honey is also big in Greece too. It's their way to sweeten foods. So here we have a little bit of honey too. So you don't need much, not big on a lot of sugar, but honey is a nice way to give flavor. And then, of course, there's Greek yogurt too. I had to bring that in there. But that's part of their culture. It helps with their digestion. It's a high-fiber diet. It's a really good way of eating. So I could go on, but I think you get the picture that it is a very healthy way of living. And I look forward to going there one day. I have not been. This is what the finished meal looks like. So you've got your cheese or spinach pie. I would probably have a bigger side of the salad, but I wanted the dishes to match. And they say that when you get down to the juices, take a piece of crusty bread to sop up the juices, because it's just tomato juice from the tomatoes, a little olive oil. Now we have red wine vinegar and the freshness. So thank you so much for joining us today.